So we've got these guys. So I want these guys on the bottom. And we need the crafting storage and the crafting CPU in the middle. And then we need more of these guys. Yeah, you need to be a heat frame as well, heat connector. Okay, so put that guy there. Did I count wrong? Or did I do something wrong? Okay, you should have been one of them. Okay, if it's correct, there we go. I can right click on it. Cool. So I've got one CPU and one inventory spot. But rather than having 9 places to put patterns, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whatever 13 times 6 is. So 60, 78 maybe? So yeah, it's a lot more than a crafter. However, one thing we need to get now is we have to connect that up to the system. So let's find some way to do that. We're going to need some ME conduit. I need this guy, the refined storage conduit. And let's make a bit more cable. Okay, that might be enough. So I have to figure out where in the basement I want to put that guy. So he needs to go somewhere over here. So that should be the ceiling. Yeah, okay. So I want this guy to run up there. And we'll go... Do I want to go up here? Or over? I think we'll go over. Okay. There. So now you should be connected. So even though we have no patterns in our crafters now, we should still be able to craft things now. Yep, cool. We can craft all of our patterns now. So the next thing to do is to take out these guys, because we don't need those guys right now. I want a facade for this guy, but we'll fix that later. And I want more of these, what are these, wide bricks? Can I search for wide bricks? No, I can't. Okay. But here's some wide bricks. So that's how that should look now. And what I want is a storage interface, a crafting interface. There's some device that I want from Refined Storage, which is, you know, it's got to be the Crafter Manager. It's got to be. That's the one thing I have left. Let's build one of you guys. So we're going to need a couple of things. We need some... Did you try to make you guys? Okay, well, I'm not sure what happened there, so I put a lever here instead. I can turn it off and on instead of having to stand in front of it, so maybe that'll make it easier. I don't know. But, yeah, so hopefully that's okay. But I can see my craftables now, so hopefully it's fine now. So, where was I? Making this guy? Okay. So what do I need? I need a machine casing. I need some raw advanced processors. Get a couple of those guys. And we'll cook those up, and then we should have enough for our crafter storage thing. Alright, so I'm going to go get my advanced processors now, and hopefully we can make the machine that will allow me to interface with my crafting storage guys. So let's look into that. Now that I've got these guys, now I can make the Crafter Manager. So let's put this I don't know, I guess here for symmetry. So basically this multi-block crafter thing, that's my crafter guy in the basement. I can put all my patterns right in here, and this is where I'll put anything that needs to be crafted just like that. So if I turn him off, he should be fine. I have noticed that this guy does not seem to be turning off the power at the right point, and I'm wondering if it's that I had so much conduit storage. I mean, I didn't have this much before, but maybe I had enough to push him above the threshold for capacitor bank storage. I'm not really sure about that. I don't know. I think the next step is probably to upgrade this to a bigger capacitor bank. So let me go look into what it would take to get one of those, and I'll be right back. Okay, so one of the problems with the wooden pressure plate is that we have to be standing right here for it to work. And the problem with the lever is if I forget to turn it off, it keeps running. So I want to make a self-resetting lever from Ender.io. We're going to make one that lasts 1 minute. So basically what will happen is I can flip this switch and he will turn himself back off in a minute. So hopefully I will never be wasting power with this up here, because he'll only work for a minute. So I can flip him on when I need him on, and he'll go off a minute later, which shouldn't burn through too much power. Okay, let's look into getting that bigger capacitor bank. So what would it take to make one of those guys? I want one of these guys a capacitor bank. So we can get another one of him, some energetic alloy, and a double layer capacitor. So let's get some patterns and start crafting some stuff. So if I want a double layer capacitor, let's say I want that. That's the coal dust, that's the default, that should be fine. Except I don't have any coal dust, I have pulverized coal. So we do want to ore dictionary that guy. There he goes, he turned himself off. Perfect, just what I want. So I'll rarely be over here for more than a minute until I have better power. So, you know, let's take care of that. So to make him, I'll need these guys. Again, I want an ore dictionary for the copper ingot. And that should tell me how I can get double layer capacitors. So can you make a double layer capacitor now? That was weird. Oh, I know what happened there. It does take a second after you put them in the grid for them to be recognized by the system. So just keep that in mind. Can you make one of those? You have no energetic alloy. Okay. So we'll chuck this stuff in the system. And if I wanted a capacitor, can I have one now? Yeah, there we go. Make one for me. Cool. So I also need, let's see, I made 8 of these. Do I have? Hey, I do. Cool. So what I need is one of these guys, a basic capacitor bank. So to get that, I need 4 of these dudes. All right. And now what I want to do is collect my other guy. And let's see here. Hopefully I'll have enough power left over to build that real quick. So, can I build you? No, was that the lever? There we go. Bigger capacitor bank. And my guy is charging him, but it's fine. I will just chuck him back in the wired charger in a minute because he is about empty. So there we go. So now you should be running because we are definitely below 20% full. Okay, so let's make this be 30% full, and storage will be 80. So that should be 4 million RF is when he'll stop. And he'll start at 1 million RF? That sounds pretty good. Alright, so you are going to do that, and you are going to use pretty much all of my power right now. That's okay, though. That should be fine. So, I don't think we'll have... I think this should work properly now. I don't know why it wasn't shutting off before, but something was up with it. We'll see when I get closer to 4 million what happens. Alright, so there's a better capacitor bank. So, you know what we could use? More power. Let's see if we can do something with solar power. So, let's look into Solar Flux Reborn. Let's see if we can make, oh, I don't know, maybe at least a couple 3s. That would get a 64 RF per tick. That wouldn't be bad. Alright. So what I want to do then is I want to go to the pattern grid. I want to say I want one of you. I need those guys, so I need you. And oftentimes it's better not to use the OR dictionary. So I want to make sure he's off most of the time. Okay. I feel like you didn't last a minute the last time I flipped you back on. So let's see what happens here. So I want that guy. See, yeah, okay. So that's a little bit annoying. He hasn't reset himself. I was hoping he'd do better than that. Oh well. We'll live until we have better power. So, where was I? Oh yeah. I want a solar panel Mark III, which requires these guys. Okay. Alright. So we're going to need a redstone repeater. Alright. Which requires redstone torches. And we're going to have to get more patterns, which we're going to need some glass for. Okay, try that again. And one more time. There we go. Get me 10 more patterns, please. Alright, so let's chuck you guys in there. Put this guy in here. And there we go, redstone torches. So, I know I can't make these yet, but what's it going to complain about? It has no way to make mirrors or solar panel 2s. Okay, sure. So, what do we need to make those guys? Glass and iron? Sure, that's a thing. And then it wanted solar panel Mark IIs. Sure, solar panel Mark Is are on a piston. And then Mark Is are mirrors with that. Okay, yeah, I think that might work now. So let's see if you know how to make what I want now. There we go. You don't have enough glass. You don't know how to make pistons. You don't have enough wood. Okay. I feel like maybe there were a couple patterns in there where I should have done OR dictionary. You were glass and iron. That's fine. You're pistons. That's fine. You are oak wood planks, and you're not OR dictionary, so let's fix you. You were mirrors, right? Or solar gens 1s. So let's OR dictionary you. Alright, let's make sure about that. So, redstone, stone, okay. Mirrors, glass, lapis, okay. Redstone, stick. Okay, yeah, you were the only one that had wood. So, everything else should be good now. So if I say I want a solar guy, yeah, you know how to make pistons. Now, the problem is if you have a long crafting operation, you are not going to go well. Okay, the other problem is I'm using up all the power right now. So that is another problem. We're probably using it all for the charging of my wired guy. So why don't we take him out of there right now, because we have enough power at the moment. And I need to make sure that my refined solar system has power. So, you know, rather than have this guy, I'm thinking it might be a better idea if we have maybe the 5-minute one instead. So yeah, 5 minutes isn't too bad. You know, I wish they had like a 2-minute one, but 5 is okay. We'll go ahead and accept that guy. Okay. So I want a self-resetting lever. What's that pressure plate? Okay, let me borrow that for a second. And let's get one of those resetting levers. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to have you go for 5 minutes instead. So you are losing power. Why is that? I would think you'd have power now. Oh, my guy's out of charcoal. More problems to be solved. Let's see, what do we got here? We got a lot of everything. Okay. There we go. That ought to do better. So, now are we okay for a minute? Yeah. Okay. Let's try that again. So, I want... Okay, we make pistons now, so I need to make glass. So we need at least another stack, maybe 2 of glass. So let's go ahead and chuck him in here. The other problem with this guy is even if I speed him up, he will slow down when he has less power in his buffer. So let's get him an augment. Make him faster properly. So augments, and let's teach it how to make those. It should be this guy. And we need to know how to make this guy. And that'll make an auxiliary reception coil. So that's one of those guys. And hopefully that will speed up my furnace. Yep, there we go. He'll store more power, he'll use more power, he'll have more buffer, you know, it's good all around. There you go. Alright, so let's borrow some of this glass and see if we can make some solar panels. So, can you make a solar panel? Yeah, you can. The only thing I'm worried about is how much time it might take to do that, and will this lever let you stay on? Okay. How long will you take? What there? Okay, here it is. So it's 20% done. Taking 15 seconds so far. So actually, not that bad, really. I mean, for me to do this by hand, it would take a lot longer than about a minute to make all this stuff. Just plus, it does all the math for me. You know, it's just, this thing is awesome. I gotta say, when Applied Energistics first came out, my absolute favorite mod ever. And I think if they hadn't gone away for 1.10, Refined storage wouldn't be here today because people missed it when it went away. People needed it. So, and this kind of put the crafting mechanics back from AE1, which I think a lot of people like too. So here we go. A couple of solar panels. Cool. Now we need some conduits. And I also need to figure out how I'm going to get that into the room. Alright, that's a good wrapping up point for today's episode. Thanks for watching. Man, don't you hate it when YouTubers beg for likes and subscriptions? So lame. I mean, it would only take 2 seconds, but I get it. You don't have that kind of time. See you next time.